Hi everyone, you're getting the unedited director's cut. I am going to try to make this drink as quickly as possible without doing a lot of edits. So don't freak out, there's a lot of ingredients, but this whole recipe, or this whole concoction that I created, started with the golden milk recipe, which is turmeric, black pepper, and plant milk and sweetener. Over the years, I've changed it into my own thing. I have not been sick in 5 years, and I have not got COVID. COVID has gone through my house 4 times. My husband just had it 2 weeks ago. I still did not get it. Knock on wood, I'm always afraid I'm going to jinx myself. But I truly believe this drink helps me stay healthy. But I also use a lot of intuition when I make this drink. So, you know, you can try it. You may like it, you may not. But use your intuition, what feels right and what doesn't feel right. So here goes. So basically you need hot water. I do 3/4 cup of hot water. And you need some sort of, I mean, you don't have to do this, but it makes it like more creamy, and it's like a ritual. So I have a frother, and I also have a frother stir stick. So basically I'm just gonna go through the ingredients really quickly, and then I will put in the comment the actual recipe and like things to look for. But I'll kind of explain why I use these ingredients, and then you guys can decide, and obviously check with like a doctor or somebody or internet, whatever, to make sure it's good for you, because depending on what you have going on in your life. Okay, so there's the base recipe, and then there's the optional ingredients. I'm going to go with the base recipe. So basically you start with matcha. I get this at Costco because it's cheaper. You can also do ceremonial grade. Panager is the brand I use if I want like fancy matcha. So basically I take a teaspoon, but if you're just starting out, you want to start with 1/4 teaspoon of matcha, because it does have caffeine in it, and you have to get used to it. But I never go above, and I kind of just do what feels right on the ingredients. So a teaspoon of that's your main ingredient, and then the second main ingredient is cacao, and this I usually do 1/8 to 1/4. I just like put what feels right, so it's like probably 1/8. A lot of this stuff is 1/8. And then what I also do is I don't try to do the exact same drink every day, because obviously you need to rotate it for your gut biome. So that, and then the other main ingredient, which I forgot, hold on. Okay, the other base ingredient is lion's mane golden milk. So it's turmeric, lion's mane, and black pepper, because you have to have black pepper for turmeric. And I just do a tiny bit of that. And then I do maca powder for hormones, dandelion root. I can't remember what that's for. I've researched all these, but I'll put it in the comments. Spirulina powder, and moringa powder, beetroot, and a mushroom blend. And then optional, and then I do collagen peptides. And then cayenne pepper at the very end. But optional ingredients are cinnamon, ginger, and then black seed oil. So this I only use sporadically when if I have any health issues. This is really powerful. It also makes it taste like crap. So you have to use this sparingly, because you want it to be enjoyable, but this will actually definitely change the taste of the drink, and it makes it kind of gross. But like, I had a health issue where the doctors I did all these tests, I couldn't figure out what was wrong, and I started to take this, and a month later everything was cleared up. So this is awesome stuff, and I think it also like supposed to cure cancer. So this is like super powerful. I use this sparingly, and I don't use it all the time. And then if I do get sick, I use oil of oregano, and that also will make it taste bad. So these two are kind of like more medicinal parts of the drink. So I'm not going to use these today. Okay, so I'm going to add everything in, and then I'll speed this up and then show you how I do the rest of it. use a scoop of collagen for protein, hair, and nails. Okay, so now that I have all the ingredients in there, then you put it all together. So this is how you do that. So today I'm going to use coconut milk. I either make my own almond milk, oat milk, or I don't make my own coconut milk. I always make sure I get the 3 ingredients because otherwise there's all these additives like lecithin, which are really bad for you. And you pour it into your frother. There is a line to not go over. So let's see if I can show you. Not sure if you can see that. It's not very much. You just don't go over, otherwise it'll overflow. And then you turn that on, and while that is going, I will froth the other thing. So while that's going, I froth the other. Then I use a large mug because this makes a big drink. So a small mug is not going to fit this. Pour that in. Okay, so it takes a couple of minutes to froth, and then I pour it all in there together. Scoop it out. Almond milk froths the best, then coconut milk, and then oat milk does not froth at all. I haven't been able to get it to froth. And then regular milk froths quite a bit. It froths the most. So there you go. And then I sweeten it with a little bit of organic honey. Depending on how much sweet I want it, you can use stevia if you're not doing sugar, or you can just leave it blank, but it makes it fun. So I don't know if you guys can see that. Nice and frothy. And then I use a straw to drink from so that I don't stain my teeth because of the turmeric. So there you go. Cheers. Have a great Memorial Day. The other thing, I wanted to tell you one more thing, is I have also used MCT oil as an optional ingredient for your brain. But yeah, so I will put the ingredients and anything to watch out for. But that's it. I know it looks super complicated, but it's really not once you get used to it. It becomes like a ritual, and I think that's important. So have a great Memorial Day. See you guys. Oh, P.S. I want to add one more thing. I usually drink this at most every day, but every once in a while my body's like, no, it's time to take a break. And I do that with all foods, not just this, and then I will stop drinking it for a few days, and then I'll drink yerba mate tea from Argentina. And it's important that you get it from Argentina. I don't know why, I just read that somewhere. So you can do that in between. That's it.